everyone, I'm Alana Miller, and today I'm going to show you my lighting design project. So let's get into a little bit about me. My personal goal is to use my interest, which is the environment, and use my creativity to create really good functioning products. Whether it's products for the household, products for the outdoors, I really want to make sure that everything that I design is eco-friendly. Doing this project is really good for my personal growth and my professional growth because I get to combine things that I actually like, my interests, along with researching to make sure that I can find out as many different things that's good towards the environment and will help us in the long run. So let's get into the outline today. So today we're going to be going over the problem statement, brainstorming and analysis, the material research and analysis, sketch models, next steps, and the conclusion. So let's get into the problem statement. So the problem statement that I came up with is if a lighting fixture could be created out of biodegradable materials, it can reduce the amount of debris that goes into our landfills. So with that in mind, I decided to go into some material research. And I started off here with seaweed because seaweed is very sustainable and antibacterial. So the different processes that I went through with seaweed was grinding it, crushing it, baking it, mincing it, slicing it, boiling it, because I really wanted to experiment and see how much I can change the seaweed and how I can have it be used for myself. So the first analysis that I came up with was that using crystal as a hardener is pretty good because it hardens very nicely, it has a really good finish with its crystal-like finish on there, and also if it's thin enough, it has a very good translucent, which would be great for having light being shown through it. The second analysis that I came up with is that using epoxy is very good. It's clear, has a great finish on it, but the problem with that is that it kind of goes opposite with what I'm doing with using sugar and seaweed. That's very biodegradable. Also, you can eat it, and you can't really eat epoxy. So with that in mind, I decided to move forward and do some brainstorming. So I had a brainstorming session with some students in my class, and we came up with quite a few different ideas. And when that was done being conducted, so the analysis that I came up with is that moving forward with the lighting design would be better because of the properties of the materials that I chose. With them being crystal and edible and having seaweed, and it has a very nice clear effect, or like it's murky but it's translucent, it'd be best to use those properties with the lighting fixture. So let's get into the sketch models. So I started off my sketch models creating very artistic, very creative idea, and I thought it would probably be a little bit better to get into something that's more useful. So I started off with this, and so as you see, this is on and when it's off, and all of the things I created today are actually controlled by remote, so it's awesome. It's very easy. This is still very creative, so I needed to reel it in a little bit, and I wanted to be a little bit more useful, so I came up with this idea, which is also controlled by remote. This is actually rechargeable as well, so you can just take the top part off, recharge it, and you never have to get a new battery. And it's great because the bottom of it is actually made out of bamboo, which has similar properties to seaweed, which is that it's sustainable and antibacterial. So then after that one, I got really into how to make it even more useful than that being remote controlled and things like that. So I decided to take the route of creating coasters. So as you see here, I have different coasters. I actually have some with cups in it already. And it's really great because not only does it add like a touch of texture to the room with a nice crystallizing effect like as you see here, but also it creates a good ambiance while protecting your furniture. So that's why I decided to go into that route. So here's a closer up photo of all of them. Here's it with it being kind of dim, more the lights off, and the lights completely on, so you can kind of see how it looks. So having these different materials with sugar, depending on how much I put in it and how long I cook it, it can turn into more of a yellow color, it could be more white, it could be more green, and it also depends on how much seaweed I put in it and the treatment that I did to the seaweed, whether it was boiled or shredded, blended, minced, all of those things. So the next steps that I'm going to be doing is really work on the branding and creating more diversity of these. So as you see, this one has more yellow in it, this one has like this shredded, and this one has more of a minced feel to it. So I really wanted to experiment more with those. That way people can have a whole matching set, but each guest can have their own personalized coaster. Also, I wanted to create a video that shows the process on how I came up with these ideas and what I did in the kitchen to really make them happen. Following that, I wanted to work with Antonio during his workshops to really develop these more, and then after that be ready to submit things for the competitions. So let's get into the conclusion. So what I went over with you today was a problem statement, which was creating biodegradable things that will help deter putting things into the landfill. The material research and analysis, using lots of seaweed. Brainstorming analysis, sketch models as you see here, all remote controlled. And then our next steps. So thank you for taking your time. It was great talking with you today. And let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.